Yo, yo, this your boy Tony T here with another episode of The Adaptive Edge, live from my living room because that's where I am at, in my living room. And nothing, I have a guest this week, so I'm going to use it as a practice and another way of keeping this content going because I believe we have some massive content in the adaptive sports world. Right now, I'm in Metairie, Louisiana, shooting from my living room, and I want to welcome everybody. I'm going to continue doing these, and I'm committed to bringing this content, and we're getting ready for another roundtable stream. So I'm trying to get that together. I believe that getting us together is it's the way forward, in this crazy madness world of ours. So welcome to the Adaptive Edge, the podcast where they highlight the adaptive sports, mobility, independence, and people making a difference in the community. Ooh, I put that together. Used a little ChatGPT, but put that together. I'm your host, Tony T from TNT 360 Mobility, and today we're talking about something that I get asked all the time. What's the difference between WCMX wheelchair, daily use wheelchair, and a sports wheelchair? I get asked that all the time, especially between the daily use and WCMX one. When I first started doing WCMX, I started in my daily chair, to tell you the truth. I've started rolling into the ramps and a rundown T-light, and I broke that thing into pieces. That's when I got into box wheelchair. Mike Box hooked me up, my first ever box wheelchair, and I've never looked back since. Now, box wheelchairs are a little heavier. They're a little bit not as good use for every day, especially if you have to get in and out of the car like I do all the time. I got to take the chair apart and then put it in the passenger seat. So it's definitely something that the weight of it became an issue with the WCMX chair, using that as my daily. But now I've got my daily chair, which is a lightweight frame, put that in the car, roll with it, and then I've got my WCMX or sports chair that I put in the back of my little SUV. In reality, a chair is designed for a specific purpose. It could be WCMX, could be sports, could be something that you use for a specific race chair, tennis chairs, basketball chairs, they're all geared towards a specific sport. So there's no way you're going to use a WCMX chair to go race, which I don't know, maybe you can, because I did that the other day. I definitely not my daily chair, use it for a race. Today I'm going to break down the difference between all three. I've got them here. I've got my daily, which I'm riding every day, and I got my sports chair, which I use for football. I use for pretty much any other sport right now. The frame on this one, Mike put it together for reinforced, almost like between a rugby chair and a basketball chair. And that one is reinforced a little bit with a front bumper. It's got a little bit more weight to it, but it's definitely fast on the court. When we play football on different types of courts. Sometimes it could be a basketball arena or like a convention center. So we need something that has the wheels in the back. The little casters that go in the back to kind of keep us from flipping. In WCMX, of course, you want to have the wheelie. You want to be able to flip it. But when you're out there playing like football or basketball, you definitely don't want to catch the ball and flip backwards, which it's happened to me on a massive scale. I've definitely flipped some chairs. But yeah, the two wheels in the back, which is the little back casters, they'll kind of keep us stable. When we play football in a parking lot or like, some place where there's like flat ground, and sometimes it might not be all that flat. That's why some of the back casters having that adjustability back there. So when you're pushing the wheelchair, you don't just push and then feel no push at all, because sometimes that happens, it gets hung up. But I wanted to go talk a little bit about that. I figured since we have a lot of content with wheelchairs, figured we'll go a little bit through what a wheelchair is, what type of wheelchair it does what, and maybe go through it a little bit. Wheelchairs are tools, they are our tools to get through a daily use. It could get through football or basketball, or race chair. You can get one of those souped up race chairs, top end race chairs, and those chairs are really made to go fucking Those chairs are made to get really fast, really fast. Technology has evolved dramatically over the last 20 years. So, I mean, there's some new stuff coming out that is just super cool. One chair cannot do everything well. Yeah, exactly. Like I can't use my daily chair to go play football or play basketball. Like my daily chair, even though I tinker with it a little bit on there, um, it's not made for it. Like I really could tell a difference between the speed, stability, and balance of it when I'm out there using it as a sports wheelchair. The right chair reduces fatigue and increases your independence, definitely. I know for my everyday chair, getting in and out of the car has been an issue of mine because you got to take it apart, put it in there. And when I was using my WCMX chair to load it up, it was heavy. My shoulder was messing up. So the right chair, right tool for the right sport or the right thing that you're doing. As someone born with spina bifida and involved in adaptive sport for many years, I've used several types of wheelchairs. Each one serves a purpose, and understanding those differences changed the way I move through life. And that is definitely like I definitely love rolling my everyday chair for the lightweight frame, and but my WCMX chair when I'm out there shredding it up at the quarter or shredding it up anywhere, man, it's just I'm able to do a lot more with my WCMX chair. What is a daily chair? A daily wheelchair is designed for everyday mobility, for school, for work, for shopping, for community activities, for independence. It is your main mobility device. It is out there to get you where you got to go and make sure you get there safely. Features, lightweight. I just spoke about that. The lightweight frame of it being, that's one of the main things that I use a different everyday chair because the lightweight, toting it around could be a drag sometimes when you got a heavy one. Comfortable seating, definitely comfortable. Mine's has got a dunk. Mine's has got a little bit of a dunk because I like to sit in mine, so it's kind of like made to be comfortable as I'm riding through. Adjustable positioning definitely has adjustable. This T-Light Arrow has a lot of different adjustables, like my front casters can move around. I can change the balance point of it. Efficiency and propulsion. I definitely like that it's stable when I go at faster speeds, but I've noticed that if it's not tweaked right, the more faster you go, the more it wobbles, the more it starts shaking. My WCMX chair does not shake, and neither does a sports chair. They are made to go fast, turn on a dime. They're made to be able to just speed through things. That's in my daily, not so much. Benefits of having a good lightweight frame as your daily chair. Energy efficient. Well, we're just talking about a little bit about being energy efficient because definitely loading, unloading, being lightweight definitely takes a lot of energy. Driving around in my daily chair, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes I get like going in and out, going to get gas, all those trips, if I don't have the right daily chair, those trips tend to be a drag. But it's comfortable for all day use. It's easier to transfer, better posture, even though my posture is all messed up, but it's there, better posture support. Things to consider when you're getting in an everyday daily chair. Seat width, seat depth, center of gravity, which we spoke of a little bit. The center of gravity can be pushed up or pushed back. I like my chairs kind of tippy. My main position, as everybody will tell you, is that I love doing wheelies. So I love being able to barely do it and just tip with ease. Cushion selection. Yeah, man, you got to have a nice cushion on. And I transfer with my everyday cushion, which is a J cushion. I transfer that cushion onto my other chairs because it's a very comfortable cushion. Backrest height, and this one does not do a lot of adjustments really on backrest heights, and neither do the chairs I have here behind me, my sports chair. I have a low profile, so I've got a T12 spina bifida, so I've got a lot of my core, and I have lower profile wheelchairs just to kind of fit my back and my mold into my back a little bit. Common misconceptions, daily chair is not designed for sports. We were just talking about. A daily chair is not designed for sports or skate parks. Even though I started, and a lot of us start with a daily chair and taking them down ramps, but we shred them up and break them. While you can be active, pushing one at the skate park, it is beyond its intended purpose and can damage the chair and increase injury risk. So yeah, like having a daily chair out at the skate park is, I mean, you can do it. I don't suggest it. But to start out with, you're not going to be doing backflips in the beginning. So you can you just get a feel for it and see how it does at higher speeds. Usually with the daily chairs, they don't really go fast. So they'll start to wobble. And that wobble could, get into a crash, or you can fall, or it's definitely not made for it. My daily chair, let me show you, is a daily chair. I mean, like I said, it's just a T-Light Arrow. Nothing fancy with it. It's just the reason I got it was because it was super lightweight, and it just helped me in and out of my car. I've got a little Chevy Equinox, and getting in and out of it was definitely a drag in my heavier sports chair. She sits up front with me, so the wheelchair has to be taken apart, put the wheels on the back, and then I put it in. But that in and out movement of bringing in the chair, was messing up my shoulders, messing up my back a little bit. So I kind of was like, all right, I need an everyday chair. I need to be able to rock that and then have my sports chair in the back. When it comes to sports chairs, which I've got my sports chair here, it's a Mike Box Nemesis. Mike Box Nemesis, box wheelchair Nemesis, which we stooped up for football. Now, what I've noticed is that a basketball chair cannot be used for football. Well, it could be used for football if it's reinforced a little bit. What we were seeing in the football field is that the what do you call, the murder chairs, the rugby chairs were killing all the rest of the chairs, because a rugby chair is like a souped up Mad Max. Like, it is just reinforced to the core, from the wheels to the front to the sides. It is a Mad Max machine. So they were tearing up every other chair. So Mike and I got together to build between a basketball and a rugby chair. And we came up with the Nemesis, reinforced Nemesis. It has got a reinforced front bumper. I believe it's like a 3-inch bumper. And it's got a little bit more stability in the back of the frame. It is made to take a little bit more hits than your average basketball chair. Football is a very intense, high-impact sport, so we definitely want to be able to survive the crashes. I always say that out there is survival of the wheelchairs, because football, it is crash city, and you think that even though it's one-hand touch above the waist, flag football, chairs, physics, when you have chairs rushing at each other, full speed, it's hard to stop. No brakes, you're gonna crash. So what happens is that we're just crashing, flipping, putting things down on the gravel, and then we get back up and we keep pushing them. But got Spinergies. Spinergies are gonna be just on every single chair, because they're the top of the line. These are the XLXs, 5/8 axle. They're a little bit thicker axle than the 1/2-inch, which for everyday use, and 1/2-inch axle is perfect. But when you start going into WCMX, or you start going into sports chairs, the 5/8 axle will hold a little bit more of an impact. So all of my sports chairs have the 5/8 axle, Spinergies, XLXs, top of the line. That's what the big boys use, is the top of the line sports wheels. And we crash them up. That's what the awesome thing about today's day and age of technology, because when I was growing up, there was definitely not all these advancements in the type of chairs. We had a basketball chair, and that was mainly the main one. There was race chairs and other type of chairs, but definitely today's day and age with custom fabrication, and you can actually create a chair specific to your needs. That's what I love about working with Mike or the guys over there at Box Wheelchairs, because they work with you. The chair is designed to you. It is made for you, and that is what you need when you're riding out here. Every chair is different. Every person is different. So we definitely want to be able to roll and ride the chair that fits us. I gotten into other people's chairs, and it kind of like it doesn't fit you right, so you're not moving right. Mobility in a sports chair is crucial. So I believe that, that having the right chair just fits you to the T where you're out there. It's maneuverability with your physical, physical physique, and it's moving the way you need it to move. So football is an aggressive sport, so they have camber. That's one of the things that all sports chairs have. They have this one's 16 degrees of camber, but usually they have anywhere from 16 to like 8, depending on how much mobility you want. Like camber gives us that rotation, turn on a dime kind of stuff. So we want to be able to take that rotation when you're speeding through the court or you're out there speeding. Your rotation is key to turning around, movement. So this one has 16 degrees, and I truly love it. This sports chair is definitely a banger. There's some difference. It's still fast turning, like we were just saying. Lightweight, rigid frames, increased stability. This is what I was saying about the increased stability with the back wheels. There is two back casters which keep it from flipping, even though they still flip, but they keep the back stable. So that way, when you're out there focusing on football or basketball and the ball's coming to you, which I've done this plenty of times, I've been focusing on getting the ball, and if I'm in not the chair, I'll flip backwards. You might not think it happens, but it happens easier in the time. And you can still flip these, don't get me wrong. These chairs, even though they're stable, somebody hits you hard enough, you're gonna flip backwards. You're still gonna flip. I remember not last year because I was sick last year, so I didn't play last year. The year before, I think I flipped it and landed on my neck. I hit a dude so hard out there. I think it was a Birmingham Hammer guy, and I hit him like a brick wall. So I flipped, landed on my neck. I had to sit out for a little bit because the pain was increased immensely. These will still flip depending on how fast we're going into that crash. But the benefits are better performance, improved speed. That's one of the things I love about these sports chairs is that they go freaking fast and they turn on a dime. So you're barely touching on the wheels, and they're moving and they're responding so quickly. Increased maneuverability. You want to be able to barely tap it, and you're moving. Greater stability during competition. Yes. Greater mobility during competition is a must. When we're out there playing tournaments, everybody is trying to come at you. Everybody's hungry for that tackle. Everybody's hungry to come and get in your way and make sure they play their role and make sure their teams win. So we want to be able to be stable, safe. I believe in football, you have to have. A lot of us get strapped up. I get strapped up in all my chairs, but this one has a seatbelt, and then the foot. You can strap up in the foot so that way it doesn't pop out. But in football, all of them are supposed to have at least a seatbelt, and you're strapped in because you will fall out. You will fall out. And I've done that a few times where you've had unzipped or unbuckled seatbelt, and I have hit and I fell out, and that's dangerous, especially in tournaments. So you must have a seatbelt and some straps. Important note, most sports chairs are not intended for everyday. Yes, of course. Yeah, this is a super crucial important note. I cannot drive this sports chair for everyday use. It not only is it hard to maneuver, load in my car, load all that stuff up, but it's wider. I'm not sure how wide this one is, but I know it's wider, so it doesn't fit the regular doors, just being that the cambers are so wide. So most doorways, you're not going to fit. Sometimes I have to pop the wheel off, put it up here, and then roll it through a doorway. They're not made for an everyday use. Even though you could, go outside, use it as exercise. I do that a lot. Get in my chair, go around the block a few times, get that cardio. Into great exercise. Great for exercise and fitness. Great to get yourself moving. But it's definitely for an everyday use, definitely not. Wheelchairs are nowadays specific to each and every sport, and the more specific it is and the more dialed in it is for that sport, the better you're going to do. I mean, it is truly battle of the chairs out there. In football, which football is 60 yards, there's some stuff adapted to it, like we're not doing the 100 yards. There's no fumbles because, if you reach down for a ball, just reaching down for a ball with this reinforced bumper, you can probably take off a hand. It's still metal, it's still aluminum, it's still something that can cut you. So there's no fumbles in football. There's no way for us to reach down there and grab that ball. A lot of folks use basketball chairs, but they're now coming with more specific football chairs. Believe the league has been around for like almost 5 years, and there's like 12, 13 teams. And we battle it out every year. The season's starting already. We've started practicing. That's why I've got the chair all here ready to roll, dialing it in for the season. And it is definitely something that we fine tune with every play, with every practice, with every use. WCMX chair is my favorite. Everybody knows that I play a lot of sports, but my passion sport is WCMX. WCMX is my passion sport. It's how I started. I've noticed that a lot of the skills that I've gotten rolling and shredding at the skate park transfer over to other sports. And that's an amazing feeling, being able to take your skills that you're already fine tuning and you're taking it over to football, basketball, playing other different things. But my WCMX chair is totally different than that kind of sports chair. There's no camber on mine, even though you could put a little degrees of camber. I don't like all the degrees of camber. I like to be able to go straight real fast. But this is a 4-leg suspension. It's also a box chair. I'm a mic box guy. I've been a mic box guy for almost 15 years. And I believe that Mike designed some wicked chairs that are for an aggressive kind of mentality, an aggressive person that really wants to take life and shred it, it is, and that's what I love about these chairs, is that these chairs are for more aggressive lifestyle. This is my WCMX chair, Purple Haze. That's what I called her. She is a purple. That's my favorite color. Love purple. It is something I don't know if it's an LSU. I'm not from LSU, even though I did a commercial, but I still love the purple so much. And I know LSU has purple colors, purple and yellow. But full-length suspension, reinforced suspension, it has, let's see if I can bring it over here a little bit more so we can show you guys the 4-leg suspensions, which right here, let me see if I can flip it. Yeah, I can flip it. Got 4-leg suspension to keep my front end from shaking. That reinforcement's what keeps it from wobbling. These are some casters made by Mike himself. He patented these, and these are like sort of like little shock and springs, so they're like called the recoils. Love these recoils. They definitely, I snapped. The frog legs that I was using were snapping all the time. But those there just have a little spring where it got a little give, and they basically give us that little bit of cushion. The same thing with the back. The back has some shocks and a little spring. This one has the coil shocks in the back. A lot of us pros use the Fox shocks. But I've noticed that the Fox shocks have some more adjustment, and sometimes I rather just get in it and ride. I don't like messing with it too much before competition or before a clinic. I just want to just get in it and ride. And the coil shock doesn't have any kind of adjustment. We just kind of get in it and ride it and move on to the next thing. But it does have the Spinergy XLXs. Like I said, these Spinergies are the bomb. They definitely hold up at the skate park like massively. I shred them up pretty good. This one, because it's a WCMX chair, has a grind bar. And the grind bar back there, exactly what it sounds like. A grind bar helps me grind. I'm able to jump with a launch ramp or with something, jump on a grind, balance it out, and shred it all the way through. If it's not super huge, I could shred it all the way through. And I have fallen millions of times with balancing the chair on a piece of, aluminum or steel, whatever they make those grinds out of. I mean, you're going super fast into it. You've got to balance you out. Super cool trick, awesome trick to do is being able to grind. So this one's balanced out. The back grind bar matches my foot, so I just kind of like jump on it and then just grind it out. It is pretty cool to do these kind of tricks, and when you actually accomplish them, they're pretty intense feeling of like, wow, I can't believe I just grinded that, or I can't believe I just did that, and you get super proud of yourself, because I am super proud of myself, and super confident. When I'm out there shredding it up, I definitely feel confidence. I gotta be careful not to go overconfidence, because overconfidence has kicked me to the curve like so many times. But yeah, you got to roll into some stuff with 110% believe in yourself and your skills that you can actually accomplish that trick. Some of the tricks bigger than others, and some of the stuff you have to weigh out your risk tolerance, risk versus reward. So WCMX. What does the WCMX stand for? Aaron Wheels kind of like named the sport a few years back, well, about probably like 15 years back. It's been a while. He named it wheelchair motocross, so it's kind of like BMX, and it's wheelchair motocross. It's the adaptive version of skateboarding and BMX style riding. What makes a WCMX chair different? Reinforced frame, super reinforced frame. I mean, this thing is a tank, ready to slam. Grinding plates, we were just talking about, foot plate protection. Yep, I got a diamond plate on mine. I also get strapped up with this. I have a strap that I put on there and keeps me in there. Impact resistant construction, extra support for jumps and tricks. Yeah, man, this chair is made for an aggressive person ready to jump into a mega ramp, or ready to drop into like a 4 foot, 6 foot, 8 ramp. They are built to last. They're also built to resist that crash, because that crash is inevitable. You are going to crash, whether it being football, whether it be in tennis, whether it be in whatever sport. There's some sports a little bit better than others, but you are going to crash. There's just no doubt about it. If you're not crashing, you're just not riding. WCMS is designed to take the abuse. Riders are dropping into ramps, grinding rails, jumping gaps, and landing tricks. Right now, I was fortunate enough to give Danny, one of our riders, a friend and rider, fellow athlete, a box wheelchair, and he was out there grinding and doing all this stuff on a hospital chair. Now he's out there riding a reinforced frame, just stronger welds, specialized wheels, protective guards, you know what I'm saying? He's in a reinforced tank out there, ready to take those big air drops that he's been doing lately. Common mistake. One of the biggest mistakes people are trying to ride a skate park, the daily chair. Daily chairs simply aren't designed to withstand the impact and stress that WCMX riding creates. And that is so true. WCMX is a specialized sport, and you definitely need a specialized chair to go out there and abuse it at the skate park, because you will beat it to hell. I've done this where I've taken my daily chair and played some sports. The other day I was practicing a little bit at the basketball and didn't have a sports chair that fit me right, because I didn't bring mine. And I decided to use my everyday chair, and already messed it up. Using my day chair messed up the front caster, and I'm having to go fix it. And yeah, if you're not using it for every day, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Personal experience, share my journey, how I started with WCMX. Oh my God. I started by watching a video of Aaron. I was in bed that year. I had some surgeries. I've born with spina bifida. I've been in and out of the surgery table so many times I can't even count. But I think it was 2015 or 2014 when I had a massive back and hip surgery, and my hip got dislocated, also got infected. I was going through a nightmare that year of just so many different things physically wrong with me, and I was in bed pretty much that whole year. So I decided to I'm in bed, so what do? You get on the laptop, you're on the computer, and I definitely seen a video of Aaron. doing a backflip, a little 8-year-old kid doing a backflip, and I was like, man, that kid is amazing, man. How is he also has spina bifida, also out there shredding it, and how is he out there backflipping? How is that possible? So I decided to go, and I decided to get into it, and I started getting into it, and I started doing it, and all of a sudden, I've been 15 years in doing it and doing it strong. I'm on the line. It's all good. It's all good. My roommate just pulled in. She came in from vacation. How active am I? Oh my God, I'm truly active. I think I'm out there every week doing some kind of sport. I'm out there shredding it up somewhere. We have Tuesday nights that we're at the gym. They're over there practicing basketball and some other sports, but we're also doing the monthly Field of Hope event that we share with the Jefferson Parish Public Schools, and we're out there, just making other people know about the different programs that we're offering. So mobility goals. Okay. Well, mobility goals for anybody starting to play sports is definitely learning how to maneuver skills tests. Maneuver your chair, get out there, start doing wheelies, start practicing your wheelies. I believe that wheelie is like a main trick that goes, it's not even a trick, it's more like a needed thing for independence. You learn how to do that wheelie, that leads into other stuff like jumping a curve or coming down steps or doing some other stuff, but it all starts with a wheelie. And so practice that wheelie, and you can do it safely at home. You can do it safely on some carpet. That's how I started. Just practicing the wheelie, falling, getting up, falling. Learning how to get up from a fall is definitely cool too. Once you start falling at the skate park, you definitely want to get up fast. When you're starting to get into sports and chairs, you definitely want to figure out a budget. These chairs are super expensive. Right now, a WCMX chair is like $7,000, and all sport chairs like $5,000. So these chairs are super expensive. For what I've learned is that you can go out there and there's grants, and I do help out. TNT, my company, helps out a lot with different grants and resources. You can always check out my website, tnt360mobility.com. I have a resource section with a lot of the grants that are out there that help us pay for these. And I also help with travel, because it's an expensive thing being around sports or playing a sports. It is super expensive. I've been fortunate to work alongside a lot of different athletes, and I've been able to tinker with their chairs and help them out and trying to get their chairs dialed in. So, it's one of the blessings I have had, being around chairs for a very long time. Best wheelchairs isn't the most expensive one, and that's so true. You don't have to get a $8,000 wheelchair if you can just, get into something like, used on eBay. You can find a sports chair. But, it all depends on what you want to do. Right now, WCMX chairs, you can find them secondhand. I find them all the time secondhand, and they won't be as expensive, but it's harder because it's not made for you. So it's kind of like you have to be real on your measurements, real keen to your measurements, and figure out what you're doing. But there's different avenues. You can always reach out to me. I can always figure out and find you a chair. Even if it is secondhand, we can find something that measures you. At TNT, we help individuals find the right mobility equipment. That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. I've been helping people get in the right equipment and getting active, going out there and shredding it up. Because whether it's custom every day or a sports chair or WCMX setup, I'm always here to help. I'm always here to find something that fits you and stay active, independent, and confident. You want to be active, especially with our disability. We have to be active. I think of it as a blessing. Be active as I am at 49. It's like, whoa, I'm still shredding it out here with the young guys, and it's kept me active. It's kept me moving. Our goal is to help people, man. Our goal here with TNT is to help people. I help people with WCMX clinics. I host a lot of different clinics. We have a summer series coming up to Mandeville over at the new Pelican Skate Park. Uh, we're doing clinics all the time, consistently. I've definitely tried to do at least kick one once a month. But summer here in Louisiana is crazy hot, so we try to do it either in the evenings or early in the mornings. Same thing with football. You want to be out there, you want to stay hydrated, stay on top of your health, because definitely health plays a crucial role. And if you're accomplishing all this, we can't do it sick. If we're not taking care of ourselves, we're definitely not able to accomplish all this stuff. But we make it happen regardless. Today's message is simple. The right tool makes the right difference. Daily chair is built for independence. Sports chair is built for competition. High-level competition, depending on how far you want to take it. WCMX chair is built for action. Yeah, that's what I love about mine. It's built for action and impact. I definitely feel like these WCMX chairs are on a different level, the way they're coming out right now. And understanding those differences can help athletes, parents, therapists, and wheelchair users make better decisions and stay safer while pursuing their goals. Every day, we're pushing towards our goals, and we definitely want to be able to have the right chair for that goal. Well, I am almost here at my end. I said I was going to be committed to be doing these. Even if there's not a crazy amount of people on here, I'm still going to do them. Once a week, 1 to 2, no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm at, I am definitely going to be committed to sharing knowledge and putting out some information and contents about what we're doing with sports. This summer, we're going to be in Mandeville. I'll throw up some dates up on the website, but we're going to be starting this, I think it's June 26th. We're going to be from 5:30 to 7:30. We're going to be at the Mandeville Skate Park, and if you're in Louisiana, you want to come out, hang with us, definitely come out on the 26th. Yep, on the 26th, we're going to be out Fridays from 5:30 to 7:30. We're going to be out there doing beginners type stuff. So you get to learn how to fall, how to get up, how to do a wheelie, maybe do some cone work, get your skills up before you do your drops and you're getting into the grinds and those more advanced tricks. My passion is always going to be WCMX. I play other sports, but definitely WCMX, my passion sport. So I hold it dear and near to my heart for sure. But we are here at the Follow Adaptive Edge Live. Visit TNT 360 Mobility. I've got a lot of chair stuff there. Follow World WCMX. World stuff we're doing with World WCMX is pretty amazing. We're collaborating with different countries and different places and starting clinics and doing different things. Share, share, stuff we're doing, and come out to these events if they're close to you. Submit questions for the future. Definitely submit any kind of questions you have for me or anybody that's in our WCMX community, or if you want to get involved in sports. I'm pretty sure we can find something in your neck of the woods. There's a really cool website that we've been using a lot. It's by the Kelly Brush Foundation, and they do I forget what they're called. The Active. I think it's trying to find out. They have a new website that kind of links everybody together. But I forget what it's called. But I can't see it. No. Oh, well, we'll find it some other time, and I'll post it up on my website on TNT, because right now I cannot find it. But there's a website from the Kelly Brush Foundation that kind of links everybody together, and there's different opportunities around the nation, the U.S., with different types of programs they have. Key thing is trying to find something closest to you. Sometimes it's not close. Sometimes you got to do some driving. And but if you're committed and you really want to really get out there, you know, a little drive is nothing. I used to come down from Pineville down here to NOLA all the time just to kind of play football, and because there was no programming up there, so I came all the way down just to play football, and I did that for about a year. But now I definitely have the opportunity of being down here, so but all good. But share. Visit TNT, follow World WCMX, share the episode with a parent, therapist, athletes, or wheelchair user who knows who might need it. And that's it. I think I'm there. 5 more minutes. I said, well, it's not even, I got to come up with even more content.